Thank you for coming to the Lunch and Learn and spending your lunch hour with us. We really appreciate this method of being able to get this information out to you guys. And we hope that this is something that we can continue to do for you. Upcoming events at 12 o'clock noon on the 9th and on the 23rd of March, we'll be doing these again. 30-minute sessions, 30 to 45-minute sessions, depending on how it goes. And again, that's March 9th and March 23rd at noon. A couple of things that I just want to run over with you real quick before we get into taking questions. We along now that we're kind of coming out of the end of the RESO project, we're working on some other stuff. So Ann Arbor has had their data added into our feed. Currently, it's not a separate searchable field. You'll have to select the Real Comp MLS in order to do that, in order to get that information. And I can show you, let me get to that. And for those of you that are unfamiliar with how to search other MLSs, here in your, let me get logged in as myself here. Sorry, I was helping somebody else. And all right, so in order to do that, go into quick search. And then here, right where it says Greater Lansing MLS, if you click that, you now have some choices for the other MLSs that we have data shares with. That one being Real Comp will now allow you to search their listings. And we are getting, as you can see here, there are some listings that were coming in Ann Arbor. You can use these to set up subscriptions. You can select multiple if you'd like. You can select all of them, and then you can go through. Now that, because the fields don't map one-to-one, you will also have you won't have as many fields. Sorry, you won't have as many fields as we have in our native MLS, but you can then search all the other MLSs. Now, the other thing that I want to touch on today and remind as a reminder is the rules that we have on input. Now, when you input a listing, you have 1 business day to upload the contract, get the photo in, any changes that are done to that listing, whether it's a price change or an extension, anything like that, the documentation has to be signed by the broker, signed by the seller and yourself, and uploaded within 1 business day of that change being made. Not 24 hours. So if you put it in at noon today, you don't have until noon tomorrow. You have until the end of business tomorrow to do it, but it's got to be done by the end of business that day. You may get an email from us. We may see that and send you a reminder and let you know, hey, 1 business day, this has got to be put in. We're not, we're trying to send out reminders. Now, one of the other things that we're working on is a piece called Headmaster Rules. And what these are going to do are these should be sending out, once we implement it, they'll be sending out notifications. Now, this happens at night. So this will happen in the middle of the night. So we're not working at 2 a.m. sending out emails, but you'll start seeing emails. We're still working on the verbiage that's going to come out, but it's going to be something along the lines of, thank you for putting in inputting a listing with the ML with us. Please be sure to remember that you have 1 business day to input, said item, right? So those will be automatic. We're doing this as a reminder. We just want to make sure that we have the best data available. Now, the other piece of this is, let's say that you are canceling a listing. And you get in, you cancel the listing, and then you're like, oh, I got to upload I have one business day to upload my cancellation form, but you've canceled the listing and now you can't upload it. Real simple fix. Just send us an email. MLS number is very handy to have in that. So send us an email with the MLS number or address and the form in the email and say, we forgot to upload this. Can you take care of it? Absolutely. That's not an issue. We'll go ahead and we'll update that listing. We'll put that form on the listing for you. That is all of the housekeeping things that I have. Do we have, let's look at the chat. Oh, no questions yet. Or do we have any questions on Facebook or anything, Amanda?
Nothing as of yet.
Nothing as of yet. Okay. All right. So we have Faith and Carissa Dodds.
Ed,
Yes.
can you please go over how one would set up a quick search for appliances that are gas powered?
Sure. Let's take a look at that. So let's go back into the MLS here. I'm just going to re-click quick search. And then we'll go, there's all appliances here. So here we have in the appliance field and appliances, we have gas cooktop, gas oven, gas hot water heater. If you want to narrow that down, you can absolutely here just type in gas. And that is going to give you everything that has gas in it, even under cooling or exterior features is gas grill, gas fireplace, natural gas. So there's a ton of different options. And you can see here that there's a number of gas options for appliances under the appliance field. You can click that green button and add the entire, all of the choices for appliances, or you can go ahead and just click the one that you're looking at. Let's say gas cooktop or a range, or even a gas hot water heater, and then that'll start, populating your search.
Thank you.
My pleasure. And again, that's just from the ATA field. And what's really nice about the ATA field is if, there are so many more choices, and there are a lot more choices than what we used to have. You can type whatever you would like in there to see if we have that option. And it really is a pretty great feature to do that. So let me show you one other thing with that. So
And I was just, sorry to interrupt you, but to reiterate to people that they have the option of changing that or to and or not when you're searching. So you can do things that are a combination, or you can do and or not. It's pretty self-explanatory, but not everyone knows that is editable.
And I'll do that. I'll show you that since I'm sharing my screen. Let's just say we'll go into parking features, because that's a pretty popular one. And we'll go, let's see, garage. And then let's see. Or or heated garage. And there you can see that we have 135 choices just for those two things. Now here we can go ahead and we can type not. So if it's a garage and it's not heated, or a garage and heated, now we've got two choices. So now there's a garage and it's heated. Or it's either a garage or a heated garage. So it's one or the other. But if you want to get granular on it and say, I'm looking for a garage that is heated, you would click and faces east and is attached. That all those things are in there. It's very important that when you're inputting your listings that you click as many options that fit that property as possible in order for these searches to populate. We can't stress that enough. Once we get, when you're inputting the listing, it's simple check boxes, but check as many boxes as that applies. The more information we have, the better data that we get. So one other thing I'll talk about with the search features here is, let's just say your seller or buyer asks you, I'm looking for something that has a G-Unite pool. What in the world is G-Unite and where would I find that? Okay, so let's go ahead and go to add a field and put in GN. Let me make sure I even spell it right. And there you go. And pool features and spa features. There's the option. So now you can click that, and now that's part of your search.
Ed, can you quickly go over where to find the input forms again, please?
Sure, absolutely. Input forms. Under menu, and then you're going to go daily functions, input forms. And then here, you're going to select whatever the property type is that you are looking for. If it's residential, just go ahead and click print. Print possible values. So some of these fields are drop downs. They're not just check boxes. So you'd go ahead and click that, and that'll give you a list of all the things. Now this is going to be a sizable document because of all the different pieces that we have. So let's just go ahead and uncheck that and then hit print. And then there are your input forms that you can then download and print. We don't have those sent to transaction desk yet. We are working on cleaning up a few things from our data conversion. Once those items are removed from the system, because as you can see that document is generated from a report in Flex of all the available fields. Once we have all those things cleaned up, which we are working on with Flex, once we have all those things cleaned up, we'll be sending those over to transaction desk, and they will be putting them into there for you.
I have a question for you, Ed. Are all property types being changed or just residential first for right now?
All property types are being done. Obviously, there's fewer changes within like vacant land, but all the property types are having a change at one point or another. In the document that we sent out at the beginning of this project, it'll show the property types that are affected in the first column. It'll show like residential A, rental D, things like that. Those are, and then it'll tell you the old field, and then it tells you the new field and the changes that are going to be occurring in that field. And that's how you basically read that long document.
Ed, can you talk a little bit about photo requirements for non-list sales?
Yeah, so photo requirements, the only required photo that we have for the MLS is a front grade elevation photo of the actual property. That goes for any of the listings that go in that are just regular listings, as well as non-list sales. The only difference with that is pre-construction, or vacant land, which you're allowed to put a plot map or a photo, aerial photo or something like that. But even non-list sales, they have to have a picture of the actual property. And that's one business day as well.
And Ed, can you talk about the new NAR fine structure?
Yes, so NAR requirements NAR is now requiring a escalated fine structure, and requiring certain fines for different categories, different categories of the fines. So there's category 1, 2, and 3. And within these, you get on the first warning, you get a warning, and then there is a fine. Okay. Then the second offense, let me pull up my sheet and make sure that I'm telling you guys correctly, because I don't want to mess this up.
If you want to screen share, Ed, and you can pull it from the Flex dashboard there.
Oh, that's right. Thank you.
Mhm.
Let's do that. So this is great too. That's a great suggestion, Christy, because now we can actually show them where they can find that as well. So here in Flex, usually when you guys come in, most of you come in with the agent dashboard here. If you select MLS from this blue button here, all right, and then on the right-hand side here, you're going to see links and support information. Now, if you scroll down on here, you will see MLS rule violation fine schedule. This is how much the fines are and the different can't think of the word.
Escalations.
Escalation. Thank you. Sorry. So with this, oops, get it out here. All right. So here is the actual infraction. This is a section that covers that infraction in the rules. And then this is the scaling. So with this, we talked about photos today. So let's find photos. Well, here's contracts and documents not uploaded within 1 business day. So the first offense is a warning letter and a $25 fine. NAR has required that these are within a certain time period, and those requirements are on the second page of this. These are all coming down from NAR. So the second offense is a $50 within 3 years. So the second offense is $50, and then the third offense within 3 years is $2,000. That's just for Schedule 1 infractions. They're Category 1 infractions. Category 2 infractions have a lot to do with IDX and the VOW feeds. Those are a little different. And then the Category 3 violations, which are clear cooperation, coming soon violation, things over 1 bit, late listing input, things like that. They're significantly more. Not only do you have a warning letter and a $1,000 fine, but on your second offense within 3 years, you have a 90-day MLS suspension and a $2,000 fine. So we want to make sure that we're following these as close as possible. This is something that's come down from NAR. It's not something that we decided to do on our own. And again, this can be found under MLS and then under the links where it says MLS rule violation fine schedule. All right. Do we have any other questions?
Let's go through the tax information. When
Okay,
you go back to the MLS dashboard and just speak about some of the tools that we have there for them at their disposal.
sure. So here in the MLS dashboard, we, underneath these links here, there's even a little button to check your Con Ed. But if you go down into like Ingham County land rates, the tax rates here in the second column, if you click on that, that will take you out to where you can find the tax rates for all of the counties and townships. And this was just recently updated. This is updated every year. As we get that information, we go ahead and get that out there. And Christy's done a really good job of getting this out there this year. So that's where you can find the tax rates. And then let's see, what else do we got?
Down payment resource.
Mhm. So down payment resource is another thing, and you may be seeing this more on some of your listings, where it says DPR available, yes. That is down payment resource. And if you click this link here, it will take you to down payment resource. Then you can go through here, you can and check out their programs, and a lot of their resources and education. And this is something that that you can use to help some of your buyers that may qualify for these programs.
And just an update on those tax rates. It's not all the tax rates, it's just local. So that's Ingham, Eaton, Clinton, Shiawassee, and Ionia are the ones that are updated there.
Okay, so I'm sorry, I misspoke. All right. What else do we got?
I think that's all. Just a reminder. A reminder to, before you cancel a listing, to upload any documents there, because you can't do it after the fact. You have a very short window of time frame. And we'll show them quickly how to register for an event in case they want to come to more Ask and Learns.
Yeah, so lost my screen share. Hold on, bear with me here. Having technical difficulties. There we go. Okay. So here again on the MLS dashboard, if you go right down here to register for Galar events or make a payment, you can click that link and that will take you into your membership portal. From here, you can log in and that will go ahead and put you into where you can find the event calendar and things like this. Do you have can you log into the portal, Christy?
Sure, give me a second here. You can just hit events and everything and it doesn't,
Does it?
you don't need
Okay.
to log in.
Let me do that then. Sorry about that. All right, from here, you can go ahead and click events and the events calendar, and then there's our calendar with all of our events that are coming up.
And there will be more when you're in your portal.
Yep. All right. Do we have any other questions?
This is Amanda. I'd like to make a comment. To everyone who's on, I hope that you've all been able to learn something, take something away from these sessions. Please spread the word to people in your office to attend these. And it's not just limited to realtors. The input people at your offices are also welcome to join. So if they have any questions that come up in their daily work of inputting listings, we understand that there are changes and we are happy to help everyone. So if you have input people in your office, please also encourage them to attend these sessions as well.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for attending. Please feel free to come see us again. Again, we're having on March 9th and on March 23rd at noon, we're gonna have this again. If you have questions that you'd like us to cover, you can email those questions in. We'll be more than happy to cover them during the Ask and Learn, or if you just want to email us you can email us at mls@glaronline.com, and we can answer all those questions then as well. So thank you everybody for attending. We really appreciate your activity.